she started going to church, and I remember coming home one day, and she was praying with my children before they ate. And the conviction that came upon me was overwhelming, and I was faced with a crossroads because hate started to rise up in me. Resentment towards God and my wife started to rise up in me. But my spirit knew. It was like I knew. I knew at that moment that I was either going to fight against God, or I was going to step up. I was going to be the man God had called me to be and lead my family like a godly man should. So I said, I'm going to start going to church with you. And I started going to church, and that movie, The Passion, came out, and it just solidified it. Because I walked into that movie, and I'm like, I'm not going to go watch an action film. I'm going to go watch what happened to Jesus Christ. When I left that movie theater, I looked at my wife, and I said, you know what? We can't give this God, this man, 2 hours of our life a week of what he did for us. And that was it. God touched me. From that moment forward, I was on fire. I mean, the sanctuary is my church, and I've been in love with that church since I set foot in the door. And it's just amazing what God's done for me there, man. You know, I should have been dead. I should have been dead. I should be doing life in prison. And God has saw fit to give me mercy and grace in my life. And I just remember, man, can I vacuum the church? Can I just clean the toilets? And I still feel the same way, you know. God is so good. I just want to serve Him. Where do you need me, Lord? Where do you need me right now? You know, He's so generous and so, it's just grace. It's grace and mercy for Him to pull me out of that. I mean, I was tagged and bagged, a guy full of hate, a drug addict with no hope and no way out. You know, a selfish, even when I got sober, selfish, arrogant, just creep. And I had an encounter with Jesus Christ. And He flipped me inside out and upside down. I mean, 4 years sober, I met Jesus. And I remember driving down the road going, I'm free. I'm really free. And I've never turned back, you know. It's that moment when you're like, I know too much. I know too much. I know too much. I can never, ever go back to that life. And it's kind of scary at first. But man, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Meeting Jesus Christ is the best thing that has ever happened to me. The testimony of my marriage, it's a beautiful marriage. I mean, I'm head over heels in love with my wife. We're best friends. She's just an amazing woman of God, serving in the church, teaching the children. I mean, God is so good. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. From yelling at each other, wanting a divorce, just loathing the sight of each other, just to be so close-knit, so tight, so in love, and both serving Christ together is just amazing. And, you know, it's just a little bit of my testimony, and glory to God. Glory to God.